Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today another video, and today we're gonna look at what I have in my photo bag, what I have in my camera bag for especially for traveling, and we're gonna look at everything I use for photography and also everything I use for videography. As you may have noticed, there are actually two bags in the frame currently. This is because I got my new Steadicam yesterday, and it definitely does not fit in my backpack. I will post a review of this one, maybe next week, maybe this week. We'll see how much time I got on my hands. Also with sample images, sample videos, but that's something for another day. Alright, so let's get started. First of all, I want to address the backpack itself. It's the Manfrotto Pro Light Rear Access Backpack. It's currently on Amazon for 115 euros, as I see here. It is on a sale, kinda, but it has been on a sale for like, I don't know, a year maybe now. Original price was 190, I think, but you're gonna get it for probably 100, mostly everywhere. So yeah, this backpack is really great. It has a lot of access points. For example, the top you can see here, and it has access points on both sides. I don't know if we can open them right now because I have some spacers in the backpack. And the main access point is in the back. And we're gonna open this one today, or more right now, and I'm gonna show you what's in this backpack. So first of all, let's check out the back piece of this backpack, like the rear piece. I'm sure you can see it here right now. So it has a large compartment for a laptop. I don't use that. And it has some super practical compartments for SD cards, which I use. I have currently 3 different SD cards in this backpack. Yeah, this is just a small 8 gigabyte. I have some larger ones. I have a larger one in my camera. Also, I have a rain poncho in the bag for, you know, when it starts to rain and you don't really can anticipate it. Let's see, I have a cover for my Sony A7 if I want to remove the lens and don't put on a new one right away. And then I have my 2 battery packs for the A7. Alright, so that's the rear part of the backpack. Now let's look at the most interesting part, the main compartment. So, alright, as you can see, I have plenty of room in my backpack currently. It's definitely not full, but that's how I intended it, because if I go travel, especially if I go on daily trips with this backpack, I want to have space maybe for a bottle of water, or maybe even my phone or a charger for whatever device I take with me. So here on the top there is a lot of space left currently. So let's start at the bottom here. I have my A7 II right at the bottom. Currently I have a 24mm f2.8 by Canon attached to it with a Novoflex adapter. So that fits really nicely here. As you know, I use this camera for everything, for videography, for photography, but I also quite like shooting on 35mm film, and for this I use my Canon AE1. Currently there's a quite impractical lens on it. It's a, I don't know if you can see it, yeah, it's a 85-118. I mean, it's a cool lens for portrait, but as I use this camera mostly for street photography, it's not really that practical for street because it's way too telephoto. Next up are some of the compartments around this main area where I have my cameras. First of all, my Rode mic with the plush. I don't know how you call this attachment, to be honest. It's to reduce wind noise. You probably know that. It's just a really simple Rode mic. I think it costs like under $50 on Amazon, but it's a cool mic. It's better than the mic on the A7 too, so it definitely helps with reducing noise from wind or from cars, everything you don't really want to hear in your videos. Also, I have my nifty 50 in here, 50mm 114. It's also a manual focus. It's an old FD lens, old Canon lens with the Novoflex adapter. I just love this lens. It's incredible. It produces incredible bokeh, and it's a really nice focus length for the full frame cameras. Then again, I have my films for the 35mm film camera. I have some Ilford Delta 400, so I mostly shoot on black and white film. So I have my 400T Max by Kodak and an Ilford Delta 400. I have more of the Kodak film and just one Delta left, or one Ilford left. But that's okay, I really like the Kodak film anyway. So last but not least, in this compartment of the backpack, I have my tripods. First of all, this Joby Gorilla Pod. It's really handy. It's really small. I mainly use it for my phone with like a phone adapter, or for my A7. But it's even a little too weak for my A7 to stand on it comfortably. So I mainly use this for my phone. And for my cameras, I mainly use this Manfrotto. Yeah, it's also Manfrotto. I'm a real Manfrotto fanboy, apparently. It's a really, really simple aluminium travel tripod. It's not that light, to be honest. It's like about a kilo, maybe a little more. But it's enough for me. I don't use the tripod that much anyway. I don't use it when I film. I mainly use it if I use it, I mainly use it for some long exposure shots or something like that. And for that, it really does the job. Okay, so that's my backpack. That's everything, or most of the things I pack when I travel with all my photo gear. Obviously, chargers and maybe sometimes a flash, but I usually travel without like all this extra accessory because I think it's quite unnecessary and it makes everything heavier and more impractical. You have to search for everything. I don't really like that when I travel. I like to travel light. So yeah, that's the main things I use when I travel. And now I'm gonna give you a quick sneak peek of my new Steadicam. And then, yeah, that's it for the video. Alright, let's get into this Steadicam. You probably have already seen it with other YouTubers. It's really the base model. It's a newer, I don't even know the complete name, but it's a carbon fiber Steadicam. You can see that here. So it's kind of good quality. All the metal parts are really solid built. The screws, some people in the reviews of the product on Amazon, some of the people say that the screws are easily knocked loose, but I didn't have this problem so far. I really like the Steadicam, and I'm gonna post a complete review of it probably next week. So yeah, that's the newer Steadicam. Alright, so that concludes the video. I hope you liked it. I hope it was informative. There are gonna be quite some videos in the future. I have some cinematic sequences coming probably in 2 weeks. Then, as I said, I have the review of the Steadicam next week, and in a few weeks, or maybe in a month or 1.5 months, I will post a lens review actually of the new 24mm 2.8 AF for the FE mount by Samyang. I will definitely get that lens and try it out for you. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching the video. If you really liked it, subscribe and like it, and maybe leave a comment. Thanks a lot.